the next story, I'm going to lump the two of them together a little bit because they're kind of related. So two companies that raised money, lots of money. No matter how you look at it, it's a lot of money. One decided to shut down, and the other decided to shut down their external operations and focus on the Nigerian market. So Lidya, a Nigerian fintech company, focused on credit. Now, yeah, I think I referenced credits in the last topic. So it's focused on credit collections and all those issues around borrowing money that you refuse to pay back. So they launched in Nigeria, Czech Republic, and Poland, but they're shutting down their operations in the two European countries to focus on the Nigerian market. Then Pivo, a fintech for logistics and supply chain, has shut down completely after raising $2 million in quotes. So yeah, I don't know what's going on. Lidya, I understand. You can always try to focus on your strengths, focus on the market that you think is most promising. I've seen some companies do that. But for Pivo, the fintech company, they supposedly raised $2 million and they are shutting down again. This is the second time we're hearing something like this. Zazu said they raised $2 million.
The portable Zazu.
The name was probably the beginning of their problems, but let me not go there. But yeah, they said they raised. I'm saying they said because I'm not so sure again. Then they said they are shutting down due to fundraising challenges after $2 million. I mean, in 1 year. I mean, when you are okay, yeah. Let's hear from a founder. Like maybe you can.
I've never done that kind of level of raising anyway, so I can't speak to that. I mean, I'm more we've been bootstrapping for how long? Yeah, there's so much going on that we don't really know, and I really wish I'm seeing I like the sentiment I'm seeing on Twitter where people are saying some founders should start talking what's going, like they should start sharing their stories. We don't share failure stories
enough.
Or
maybe at all safe.
Yeah. One of the biggest that time, I mean, it was
Oyape.
Oh yeah, that one. I don't want to talk about what's going on there. If you read between the underneath. Okay, but yeah, I mean, there was one about this, francophone founder that is on a platform that he had this streaming platform, and he shared a very deep dive into why this platform failed after 2 years. It's on Techpoint.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so that's like the last time. I don't remember when last I saw anybody really sharing their. Okay, of course, then Laserpay, he went on the Flip podcast. I've not listened to it, but I don't know whether he really shared, went into it. So we don't really know what's going on because, so for me, it just seems weird that you raised $2 million and in 1 year you are
out of business.
And then some people are saying, okay, like is it Pivo or Pivo? They are saying that, okay, lending business is hard in Nigeria. Okay, yes, it's hard, but that's why not everybody is doing it. And that's why you are the experts and you raise $2 million to do it. So I don't think that's an excuse. However, there are other things coming up. People are saying, maybe sometimes, I'm starting to rethink this when people say they they are shutting down because they're not able to raise. I'm starting to rethink what that means based on the sentiments I'm seeing on Twitter. Like some people are saying maybe they never even actually raised the amount they announced. Right?
Another angle.
And so because they were still waiting for investors to wire money. So when they say they didn't raise, they are shutting down because of lack of funds. It's not because they had spent the one they raised. It's because they had not even gotten all they raised. We don't know for sure whether that's the case anyway, right? So there are so many things that could be happening. A third one that can be happening that is sinister, but I'm not saying this is what is happening. I'm just giving all the possible. It could just be that this was just a case of money laundering, right? This happens too. It happens. You can't deny it. Again, I'm not saying this is the case in the case of a Pivo, right? So there are many things and it's making me rethink. I mean, I've been battling with this a lot. We the media created this monster. Why people think announcing funding is a milestone.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what the audience wants to hear. They want to, and people hear that and they feel like running a startup is easy and it's just about raising money and all of that. maybe it's time to start toning down on things like that. TechCrunch started it, we all followed. Why do we announce funding? Like, I don't know. Because the pressure to announce funding, if you are telling me that for some people, the VC has not wired money, because VC2 is raising money, and maybe the LP VC is raising money from.
Has not even wired money.
Has not wired money. So VC is giving excuses. Look at the recent case. There was a recent case of did we report it? An investor that was defrauding startups, telling them he will invest in them, and they keep posting them.
I don't think we reported that. No.
Keep posting them because it's still under investigation.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a lot going on that we have no idea. As for Lidya, I've not really been following what's going on with Lidya, but I know that Tunde Kehinde and Eric Exen are their OGs, the co-founders of debatably co-founders, but they are hired. That's just the truth. We all know they were hired. Co-founders of Jumia. But then they moved on from that and started. They first started Ace.
Oh yeah, that's true.
A logistics startup.
Yeah.
And they found out that I think what Tunde Kehinde keeps doing is that so you are in e-commerce, but you find out that there's underlying infrastructure issues that will not allow e-commerce to work. So you try to solve one of those problems, which is logistics. And then you find out that there's still another underlying problem for
which is
credits, and they moved on to that. So, but I've not really been following them. They don't make noise. They are mostly B2B anyway. But it's really interesting to me that they are deciding to focus on the Nigerian market, because everybody's always about
de-risking
your this and expanding. But then again, the markets they expanded to, then
Check.
Eastern
Europe.
they are, I like to call them the Nigerians. Poland is like the Nigeria of Europe. They are like Nigerians in every way, culturally and everything. So, yeah, I really don't have much to say about Lidya.
What if it's a leadership problem
For these startups that are shutting down?
What if it's a leadership problem?
So, but how would you define leadership? This leadership problem in context now, because they say some startup founders, for to be successful, you need to be an asshole or something, or
It
startup
could be
founders.
mismanagement of funds, like
Okay.
Miwa said.
Okay.
I mean, we've heard of stories of startup founders that they get investment and the next thing they are doing is they are buying house in Lekki or they are buying cars and all of that. 2020 model, 2021 or 2022 models. I mean, we hear stories like that on Twitter. You see different stories like that on Twitter. So yes, just do anyhow with the money and all that. So that could also be part of the problem.
Okay. So I think this is at this point, I think we've asked ourselves this question before, but we keep coming back to it. I mean, someone said if we stop funding news, won't that also affect the ecosystem in general? Funding to the ecosystem in general. If we stop it, it will now have this feeling that maybe nothing is going on, no investment is coming in. So is it a case of, okay, maybe stop funding news and just have a database of startups that are raising?
Have a database, maybe a section on your site. People can just go and check. We do our reports already regularly. You can go and check the reports, intel points. Why are we announcing the fundraising? Like, it's just weird.
I think that would even reduce the pressure on founders trying to be out there and saying that, oh, we raise this money. Or I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
We've come to see fundraising as this milestone. See any fundraise on Twitter, on Instagram.
People are even congratulating you. But the headache that it is. First of all, you are diluted. You've given away so much of the company that belongs to you, and then there's now more pressure. You're now answering to more people. So why are they congratulating you?
Honestly, it's funny. I mean, the founders have congratulated privately when they raise money. Forget that thing. Forget that thing.
That's just the
because
truth.
it's giving out so much. And
then even announcing is also creating this. Because I find myself often having to educate people. Like people hear, okay, first of all, even for me, because people see that. I mean, you said it before. You stopped sharing fundraising news on your WhatsApp status because people start billing you. Because I don't know how they think. But just because I announced fundraising that somebody raised money doesn't mean I'm their friend. and I know them,
Why should that even be the thought in the
and
first
so I have
place?
money. And then
No.
even the person that raised, people just think that because they raised,
They have money automatically.
it's their money. Yes, again, because some founders then approach it that way. That's those ones that don't have corporate governance, right?
Mm.
But you are paid on the salary. It's not your money. Okay, people today still think that because Paystack was sold for 200 million,
Mm.
that is how much Shola and
Ezra.
Ezra got. So all the people that invested the Paystack, then they will not collect their share of the 200 million. How much equity did Shola and
Ezra.
Ezra have at the time that?
Of acquisition.
And then even if it was 10% they had, it's possible they had less than that. But even if it was 10% they had, which is 20 million, how much of that was cash?
Some of that was converted into stock.
Some of that
in-
could be
Mhm.
stock in
Stripe.
Stripe that acquired them. So more focus on those kind of things that educate people.
Hmm. So
So I'm talking to ourselves.
yes.
Yeah,
I get
we
the
have
message.
we have a role to play.
I get the message. I mean, once in me, I've even done it. So like once I was 2020, 2021, you see funding, you be like, when I want to go cash out my own now. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,